Start her up.
Hey guys, George here from GFW Trains. We're talking about everything but mostly train. Welcome to another Fast Friday. We're talking about everything but mostly trains. I'm George, otherwise known as GFW Trains, and
I'm Wally, the guy that takes GFW Trains places.
Today, as you can see, we don't have our inside track going. There's a short somewhere. We can't figure out where.
Shorted out right before we went on.
Yes.
Can't figure out what it is. If it's the train or if it's the cars or just something that we had on the track. But we've been working a lot on the track, so it might be something like a screw that just we haven't been able to find.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's the case. Well, actually, I'm hoping that's not. I don't know.
I think if we just put 10 minutes into looking, we probably find it rather than scurrying around trying to get ready for the show. And that's always a little bit frustrating right off the bat.
Yeah, it is.
When you have something going. But I guess we got the trusted mallet running out here.
Mm-hmm.
And George, looks like they got some stuff going on that second level, huh? Hold on, see if you can see it. Oh, you can't see it right over my shoulder there.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you show that thing off a little bit here?
Oh.
So we've been working a little bit on this second level.
I think I fixed the short.
Think you fixed the short. This is going to be good. So we get the second one going. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
The world's slowest operating bridge.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. You got the lift bridge over there. It's got the lights over here, and we got this one going too. This is the other one. George, why don't you come over here and we'll show this one too. How about that? Flashing lights. So yeah, we're getting there. I think we're probably about 2 hours from having the upper level totally operational. But in the meantime, we got probably about 3/4 of it operational. We got those lift bridges going. Good stuff. Good stuff, Maynard. So I hope everybody's having a great evening tonight. Fast Friday. George and I, we're out watching some baseball. The Yorkville baseball team. That George plays for, the high school that George plays for, is the baseball team is doing really well. In fact, they've made it all the way to the sectionals. The sectional championship was tonight. So we went to the championship game, and we hustled back over here after the championship game that was still going. So we didn't have a lot of time to roll on the video. Huh, George?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, shorts right before your very eyes. All right. So, hey, welcome everybody. Kick back, relax. Let's have a nice Friday evening, a little fast Friday evening. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten to the point where we're racing trains again yet. But like I said, that upper level's coming. We're almost through where we're going to be able to run the trains up and down on that level. So we've got an update on the game. Looks like the Foxes are winning in the top of the 6-3, not 6-3.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome everybody in. We got some people that will welcome in the door. I think we missed out on the very first people that were here. I saw the North Country Trains was right up there at the top of the first in the door. Actually, I'm going to go to a different stream here so that I can get the guys all the way back from the beginning.
Oh.
Okay, we got North Country Train, or we got Clara Decker in the house.
Hold on.
There we go. Give everybody a whistle welcome in here. If you just rolling through the door, thanks for coming. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Please smash that like button. It's very helpful for us here at the
Keep to be trained worldwide studios.
So we got Clara Decker, we got North Country Trains and things in K&R Custom Models. Checking in from South Carolina, but headed back to Alaska. CW Railroads in the house. Welcome, CW. Thanks for coming by. We got Grandma Anita saying good evening, everybody. Time to get started here on GFW Trains. Bella Morderick, Mama's upstairs watching the stream. Thanks for watching, Mom. Robert Searcy, hello, George and Wally, and everybody. Welcome to the stream. Train Storm Pierre Marquette's always here. Welcome to the stream. We got North Country. Oh, we already got that. Sorry, North Country, but we're not stingy with the whistles around here. Grandpa George.
Hello.
Join
Grandpa, you'll never guess what happened today at the baseball game.
Shortstop made a play. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, North Country Train is out here talking about a video that they've got. I think it's coming out either today or tomorrow. You can chime in on that one, North Country. But there was a compilation video that he and Corey were doing together. But senior banquet for Corey. But if he makes it by, that's awesome. All right. So here we go. They've got Trains Collab 2.5 coming out tomorrow.
That's cool. Yeah.
Right. Let's see here. We got Train Storm, we got North Country, we got Rail Brothers Productions in the house. Welcome to the stream. We got Petruck, Amtrak, BNSF, the Horn Show guy.
Wow. What a name.
There we go. Saying hello. We got David Stevens checking in, saying hello. And our man, your man, everybody's man. Bagman. North Country getting on our case saying that we might need a new time for a new GFW Trains intro since you're a lot older.
Yeah.
Timeless,
How old is
man.
that? How old is the
Timeless.
intro? How old is the intro?
3 years, I think. I think I made it 3 years ago.
Seriously?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, the pictures were older than 3 years ago. I made the intro 3 years ago.
I thought it was like last year you did it.
No, well, maybe 2 years. I don't know.
Felt like not too long ago.
118th stream, bud. 118 streams.
Yes.
Here we go. And thanks to everybody for rolling back. It's been fun. It's been humbling that everybody has continued to enjoy trains with us every Friday night and all those nights during quarantine, huh, George?
Yes, sir.
All right, Dak Man saying hello, everyone. I figured I'd stop by at my week-long train trip in Tennessee. Dak Man, can't wait to hear all about that.
I first saw on Mr. Pictovid there was some sort of like Garden Railroad convention.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Dakman went to that, but I'm assuming since Dakman's in the G scale stuff, I'm assuming it had something to do with it.
Right. Conroe 8098 is in the house. Randall Ellison. Randall, hey, thanks. We were
Hello, yeah.
winners of the boxcar.
Huh?
So can't wait to get that. We're going to do an unboxing on our live stream. For those of you who don't know, head over there to Randall Ellison's channel. Randall had just hit 150 subscribers and shot through the roof on that. And I had a neat giveaway that he had last weekend. And we were the winner of the O-Scale prize, right, George?
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Yes.
All right, Devon McKenzie's in the house. Welcome. Yep, Grandpa's asking if we miss him already. Sure do, huh?
Miss you, Grandpa.
Miss you. We'll have to have you on next week. Everyone is asking about some of your O-Scale collection, right, George?
Yeah, yes. Grandpa's O-Scale collection. I mean, it's like that's the Santa Fe set that he brought over the other day. I didn't even know that existed. Like I knew the set existed, but I didn't know he had a box one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so his collection is a mystery to you guys and to me.
Right. Everyone's saying that they're surprised you didn't get mad at me for saying about me being the guy that takes you places because you're driving now.
Oh, I didn't even realize you said that. I am mad. I'm very mad.
Look at that. He's mad. He's bad. All right. John Train BFGR in the house. Welcome to the stream, guys. Please smash that like button. Do me a favor. Do that. That'll really help us out. Really help us out with the algorithm later. It says, finally, Wally, you mop bucket. Not sure what that means, Conrail. I'm probably behind a little bit. Missed the post. Randall says, I see a cool looking bridge on level 2. That's right. We were rolling through that. We like that, huh? We got 2 of them. Absolutely.
Yeah. Got the big one too. The big one with Mike Wolf's prodigy, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was when he was working for MTA, or working for Lionel. He's the one that.
It's funny too. So Mr. Jim, when he was over helping us with the layout, he goes, George, those are very similar to Proto Sound one boards. And so I go, how so? And the MTH 5-volt boards. He goes, they absolutely stink. The circuit boards inside of that. And now that I'm putting 2 and 2 together, I think it has something to do with Mike Wolf.
The circuit boards in that the one that he subcontracted out. Nice. All right, welcome, Chris Lambert. Good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. And Scotsman Productions says, and I like, and you're here. So smash that like button coming through the door, and kick back, relax, and spend some time with us this week. And I'm almost caught up here. It's always hard to keep the conversation going and welcome everybody in. Let's see here. Got a question from Train Store. I'm currently working on customizing my entire Thomas fleet. James is in the works now, but who should I do next? Edward, Henry, or Gordon?
Henry.
I
think he's the green guy, right?
Henry's the red guy.
I think he's the green guy, the big green guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was.
I think the red guy is James.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right.
The red douchey guy. Yeah.
That's the one. Isaiah Hawkins in the house. How you doing, Isaiah? Scotsman got his MTH Challenger that day. It's a bit of a troublemaker. Can't wait to see that review. Everybody, make sure you keep your eyes peeled on Scotsman's production for that video on his review of his MTH Challenger. I hope that thing is a good-looking engine. I bet it is.
Yeah. Is it MT or is it MTH? Is it O scale or HO?
Right. Do you know what it is today, George? I like that.
What, 611 there?
Yeah, today would have been a great day to go ride the J, wouldn't it? On 611. Rail fan Roger.
611.
Nice call. Welcome to the stream, by the way. That's great. Dagman says, I got a video of Dr. Jack's O-Gauge layout, which is a huge and based on 1957 Chicago, featuring Milwaukee Road trains. Oh, my Lord. I can't wait to see that one, Dagman.
Holy moly.
Where was that at, Dagman? Where was that one located? That's got to be a really, really neat layout to see. Also, Milwaukee Road. I like Milwaukee Road. That's for sure.
Man. Yeah. The Milwaukee Road. If it's 1957, though, it's got to be prime time Milwaukee Road, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's cool.
Nice. So Scotsman's saying that MTH Challenger is O-scale and barely fits on 5 parts of his layout.
Oh, interesting. Is it the scale one or the MTH one? Or the Rail King one? Because those Rail King, they're both real nice, but I love the way the scale one looks, man. Or the scale ones look real nice. Right.
Isaiah confirming what you said. James is the red one, the douchey one, and Henry is the green one. Which one's a snob? There's one that's like a snob, isn't there?
Gordon?
Oh, 8-3 Foxes. Nice, top of the 7th. Nice. All I gotta do is hold them at the top of the 7th on the super. They're sectional champions on the super sections. Go Foxes.
Go Foxes. I think Gordon, the blue one, is the real douchey one too.
Oh yeah, Gordon is too.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. Bill Cabernis has only been on one item, lost out 2 days ago. Prices are too high on Stout.
Good for Stout, bad for us.
Right, exactly.
Good for Greg Stout, bad for us.
I saw, I showed my dad yesterday that there was a train that went for Stout for $174,000, George.
Was it a prototype?
It was a set.
What's that?
It was, I want to say it was an Ives copper-plated standard gauge set. $170,000, George.
I don't understand how people collect that stuff.
I mean, that's the creme de la creme, man. That's.
guess.
Well, let's talk a little bit about standard gauge. We've got one standard gauge piece.
We have one standard gauge piece, and in
Right.
my opinion, I would rather have the O scale one than the standard gauge one. I love the standard gauge one. Don't get me wrong.
I disagree with you 100%, man. I think that standard gauge Hiawatha that we have is one of the neatest pieces out there. It is so cool. I am telling you, I think we should do an unboxing of that one of these days. Maybe next week, maybe this week if we get into it a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
To unbox that. You guys wait till you see this. It's got passenger cars that are about that long.
No, they're
Open up
bigger
the
than
top.
that.
That long?
I mean, they're
Yep.
huge. They're heavy too, man.
Yep.
It's like I remember when I was little, I used to be scared to pick, or I couldn't pick up the box. I mean, it was there, like, heavy. And then if you open up the inside, they have all like they have a tin plate toilet on the inside.
Yeah,
they
right,
have a
right.
bunch of seats. Oh,
Such
man.
a neat train. Such a beautiful train. I think that might be one of my favorite pieces in our whole collection.
It's a nice piece, yeah. It's a shame that we don't get to run it too often.
Yeah, every year we run it. Man, I'm telling you, that would be every year we run it at Christmas time. We got a standard gauge setup. Beautiful, beautiful train.
What do we have? 5-rail track?
We do. I have some 5-rail guardrails. I've always wanted to bend that, put that on the train layout upstairs, or on the high track that we've got in our living room, George.
That'd be cool. Yeah. You'd have to extend it out though, the board on the
I think so.
yeah.
And
that's
probably like you have to reinforce some of the sections and tracks so it doesn't fall down.
Yeah, you're right.
Hello, Brendan's Trains. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Please smash that like button coming in. Felix, the rail fan and plane spotter. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks. Oh, Bill says he knows an O gauge one too. We had his O gauge one. In fact, he lent it to us, and we had it on our Tim Play Tuesday that we had a long time back, right?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That one, yo, man. It's funny. He's like, oh man, doesn't it run real bad? And I was like, I got it to run real nice on our layout, but it wouldn't, like, there's some parts that just did not, like the front truck.
Oh,
the
it kept
front
popping
truck
off. Kept popping off.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray at Golden Leaf Railroad, thanks for coming by Fast Friday. Grandma says the set box for his 1950 Hudson frame set went for $1,500 on Stout's auction.
Dang, that's a lot of dollars.
That's a lot of dollars. Captain Chase G, welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you here. Smash that like button. You're right, Brendan. We're running that C&O mallet. That's got to be one of our favorite runners. One of our favorite runners.
It used to be one that like kind of never really made it out of the box. Now it's one of the workhorses on our layouts. I remember when I was little, he would only come out at Christmas time every once in a while, and then as soon as we got the layout going, it would because we had the Class A, and we always took that because when I was really little, when we went to Milwaukee, we could only take one train. Of course, I'd take the Class A. You know, who wouldn't take the Class A, right? And we always had this guy. This is our second articulated engine in our collection. And it was before we had the big layout down here, and in my layout was all post-war 020 or 036. No, what is that? 020? 031 track. And it wouldn't run around the curve, so it would run on the high track. And we cycled through all our trains on the high track. So I'm thinking that we brought it out just when we started building this layout so we could run it, and it's been a workout course, man. If you ever want to get an articulated engine, look for a mallet because they are.
Oh, it's nice. It's got great sounds.
They're bulletproof.
In fact, we're trying to talk George's cousin into buying one.
Yeah,
we scored him a pretty nice deal on one. Hopefully, he'll pull the trigger on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I hope so too. That is an amazing engine. But yeah.
Welcome, Gus Hadley, the lunatic from Arglo. Thanks for coming in. Got a random question from Isaiah Hawkins. When you guys ever went to a train show, was there ever a moment when you got so many items or a huge haul? Oh my gosh, yeah, there's been a couple of times. George sometimes go to these shows.
I go to like somebody's house and come home with like boxes and boxes of trains. I remember one time, right? He knows this story. So we have a friend of ours in the TCA. He's been a long time friend. He's known me forever. And it doesn't work. I tried. But so basically he had this huge collection of HO scale trains. This is back when I was into HO, and we went to his house for a TCA board meeting. And I come home with like 5-6 boxes, like not shoe boxes, like
Huge box.
huge boxes of HO trains, man. Oh man, and yeah, that was probably one of the bigger hauls we've had. What was another big like huge train show haul that we've had?
I don't know, there were a couple of times that I went to York with Grandpa where we came back with all kinds of trains. One year we came back with a Challenger, we came back with that Hiawatha set. I think I bought Grandpa some 2240 Wabash B units that year, or Wabash F units that year. Gosh, that was the haul that year. There's been some really good train shows. I love those train shows. My wallet doesn't like those train shows, but yeah. So George got a question from Trains and Things. What's that Jeep that's down there?
So this is actually our first legacy. Oh, George Wardrick's first legacy engine, and it's real nice. It's a legacy Northern Pacific Jeep. But before the stream, there's something, or I don't know what's going on, but it's not working. So it lights up, and it was working earlier. Kept shorting out, but I figured it was one of the rollers on the bottom sticking to the steel trucks, and so that's what was shorting out. But now it doesn't run. So
that's not good.
Yeah.
Why don't you go around the actually? Tell you what, George, I'm gonna give you this. You can take the helm. I'm gonna go grab another one. Look at this, boys and girls. George is gonna be running the show unsupervised.
So I'm not a thief, Grandpa. It works. It's just like I don't know. It works. Just give us some time. I mean, yeah. That's a nice GP9. It is, Randall. I mean, it's real cool. Man, the sounds on it are amazing. But yes. Let's see. What are they talking about? Here's a random question. Oh wait, no, never mind. Going back to the train show hall thing. I remember one time. I mean, one of the biggest train show, not even train show halls. It was more of like a train haul we had. Is when we got the 7.5 gauge train. Boy, oh boy, was that holy moly! That was a real big treat. That's for sure. Because I've been wanting one of those forever, and we finally got one. And it was at the third.
George, why don't you tell everyone what the 7.5?
7.5 gauge train is they're basically ride-on trains. So, and the reason why they're called 7.5 inch gauge is because the width between the tracks is 7.5 inches, and basically they we went to this real big show in I'm lost it. We went to this real big railroad in Michigan, near Grand Rapids, and it's the third largest railroad, 7.5 gauge railroad in the United States, and we went there, and there was a train set for sale, and there's a train set for sale. We bought the train set, and basically that's the 7.5 gauge train we have to this day. It was a little switcher, Santa Fe switcher, NW2, right?
Not so little.
Oh, yeah, it's not little, but yeah. It's what kind of switcher is it?
SW
9.
Yeah, SW9.
Something like that. And that's the engine we have to this day. But yeah, yes.
All right, so catching up here on some of this stuff. Why don't you try and get that Burlington working, George? All right. Captain G says, I just love how you love trains and I love boats. I'm a boat guy too. You know what I really like? I really like lake boats. We love to go over there to Lake Michigan and just watch all those big lake boats go by. Don't we,
iron ore boats?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. I love those boats. Is this the one where? Oh yeah. Okay. Those big lake boats.
There we go. Bill says you might have to drop off that GP9 at Bill's train shop for repair. I can't promise we'll get it back.
Yeah. That I don't know. Do you have the Polar Express? We have two Polar Expresses. We have the scale one, and then we have the very first run of the semi-scale. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So, oh boy, do I love those Nexus sticks.
Yeah. So anyway, what George is trying to say, you can remember we got the wireless microphones too.
Oh yeah.
Is that we've got two versions. We've got the scale one. We run that one from time to time, and we also have the first version, the first show that Lionel came out with. We're trying to get that second track running. So here comes George getting that thing rolling around. All right, train storm. It's Henry. It is. Then it looks like, huh?
Yes.
Bill, when we're talking about that Jeep, says he thinks he bought enough red tickets in that raffle to buy that engine.
George Ritter got it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So Randall's asking if that's the CB&Q SD70 Ace there, George.
Oh yeah, this is a cool story on this one. So basically, we were at DuPage. Oh, sorry. Let me turn off the sounds on this Steam engine. So we were at DuPage, gosh, what's the name of the train show? I only know of it as
the Great Midwest Train Show.
Okay,
It's Wheaton, DuPage. It goes by a lot of different things.
You know, it's like the name is like drugs. You know, there's so many different names. But anyways, so basically we were there and we were going around. I hadn't really bought anything because I was trying to save my money, and I think I had like $125 in my wallet. And did you buy something before that?
I don't recall.
But anyways, we were there. We went around. We were looking around. I had no intention of buying anything because I was trying to save up for something. I forget what. And we come across this table, and you were talking to the guy, right? He had some nice stuff, but nothing that was like too like crazy, you know. Like it was nice scale stuff, but like early MTH. Early MTH, like Proto Sounds 1 scale stuff, or like the early MTH freight cars. And then he had that engine on the table. And it had no price tag, was it?
Right.
And we asked him, how much is that? And he's like, I don't know. Like 250, or no, he said like $300, right? $350, right?
Right.
And I mean, that's a deal in itself. And we didn't have any money. Like, I think I had my 120. We had 100 for something else, and I think you had $25, correct?
Right.
Or no, you had
I had
$20 because I remember we didn't have exactly like 150. Or no, because you had 15 because we needed to pay for admission. It was like $10 for admission. That's right. And so we go to the guy and we're trying to figure out this money. And it's like, all right, if you can hold this for us, we'll try and figure out money. We had and so basically we scrounged all this money together and we're like, and the guy goes, but since you guys are so nice, I'll do like 200 or no, I'll
225 or 250.
I thought he said like 300. And then I was like, what about 250 or what about 250?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. And I was like, oh, I didn't think you'd accept it. So we had to figure out how to buy it. And so I had 125. We had the 100 for something else, and then we had the and we all like crouched together. And I think we had like $240 or something like that. I was like, "This is all I got, man. I got some change, but I don't think you bought that." So it's like, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of how we got it. And then we had to go to baseball practice.
The scrounge tactic with the negotiation.
I mean, it was like, yeah, it was very. But anyways, yeah. So that's how we got it, and it's a nice engine. That's for sure. I love the paint job.
Ethan Ballard's asking, what do you guys do for a living? Well, we're social, what is it called,
Social
George?
media stars.
Social influencers.
Yeah, social media influencers.
We're influencing the two people that are not in our family, and then the other 26 people that are watching the stream right now from our family. We're influencing them.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. But Bilko makes mold. George is a mold maker too. Sometimes when he leaves his sandwich in the refrigerator for too long.
That's Anita. That is. Oh, don't even. No.
Anita's a mold maker.
Yes. You see,
Right
when
there,
we go
natural.
home, when we go to Roadhouse, right? I have leftovers. I'm eating that the next day, right? And I'll be like, Mom, can I have Anita's leftovers? Because I know she won't ever touch it. But she knows I'm going to ask for it, and she's going to say no. So I'll be like, Mom, can I have Anita's leftovers? And Mom will be like, no, ask your sister. I'll ask Anita, and she'll be like, no, I'm going to eat that. Like 3 weeks later, when it's all like old and nobody can eat it, we have to throw it out. That's where the mold maker.
That's the mold maker.
Yes. Thank you. That's not me.
Randall likes the story. He says that's what we call wheeling and dealing in these parts.
Yeah. What?
George is wheeling and dealing, man.
Wheeling and dealing. That's back when I would, wheel and deal instead of being like, would you take $10 for something that says $10 on it?
Right. So speaking of wheeling and dealing, and George has got a great story for this. Last train show that we went to a couple weeks ago, George was buying a little N scale set. So George goes up to the guy and is looking at the set, and he points it out to me, and he's like, I think I'm going to buy that set.
It was for the $20 challenge.
And he says to the guy, hey, would you take $10 for the set? And this is my favorite part. The set had a $10 price tag on it. It was $10. George was like, you take $10 for that? My favorite part is the guy looks at it, he goes, well, I guess so. It says $10. It says $10. Apollo says hi. George, that's George's cousin.
Hello.
Apollo.
Oh, I think I figured out what's wrong.
Look at that. George is off screen. Has got that Northern Pacific working.
Oh. Yeah.
See, if you didn't catch this, we have got down here. We've got on loan from Bilko. We've got a Mike's Train House Z4000. What's you had it on the wrong one?
It's on program.
We have got a Z4000 operational down here, and the Z4000 actually is operating that upper level. And we've been using that to program some of our Mike's Train House trains on here.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see. Anyways.
Everybody take a drink. There goes a yawn from George.
Man. Okay.
Oh, no. 2 weeks, Wednesday, 2 days ago, I crashed my bike at a bike park and broke my collarbone on the left, but my right arm is okay. Oh, man, that's stinky.
Dang.
The other bit of stinky news is Mama says it's 10-8 them, went out running around second.
Oh, dang. They came back.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
How many? Oh, wait. That's stuff.
Went out.
Oh. So, yeah. I'm assuming that are they playing 9, do you think?
No, it's that just 7.
Oh, dang. That's been a very eventful inning.
Yeah, it was. Hello. No, hold on. 1-800 Clyde's in the house. Hello, man. Good to see you, 1-800 Clyde.
Hello.
All right. Look at so George. I think hopefully it's going to back. You can see this upper level line operate a little bit. Don't forget you got that steam engine back there too, George. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your woes there with your shoulder and arm and everything like that. I don't. Sounds like that's a bad one. All right, there goes down. For those of you who can see that GP9, this is beta testing on that GP9. Right there, it goes to the other track. It goes to the block. I don't know if that block is coming down. That hasn't been fit tested going up and down there, George.
Oh, bro. But yeah. So
yeah, I know, Scotsman. There, we haven't had a race in a while. We've been working on the train layout, and if you look at the train layout, you can see that we've got some spots on the train layout that aren't real racing. So we want to get this train layout up and operational with that upper level. Get back to some train racing. So it's rebranded for the time being the Fantastic Friday rather than Fast Friday.
Fantastic Friday. I like it.
James says, I have a serious question mainly for Wally. I just bought a CPR 2860 and got scammed on it. I overpaid because he said it was PS2 and it's actually PS1. I really wanted to get it converted now, but not sure. So
Send it back.
Yeah, I would tell the guy you send it back if it's not PS2. If not, I would definitely upgrade it. It's I've been pretty, now that we've got the Proto Sounds operating here, I've been pleasantly surprised with the Proto Sounds and how well that works. So I would say to do that, especially if you can run Proto Sounds on your layout.
Yeah, because I mean, this sucks. Honestly, like the PS2 or the early PS1 and 2 stuff, in my opinion, is kind of sketchy when you buy it online. Hey, actually, if you buy it anywhere, you don't know if it's gonna work or not. You know what I mean? We bought a PS2 engine a while back from a friend of ours. And it was from his huge collection. We bought a PS2 engine, a bunch of PS1 stuff, and unfortunately, the PS2 engine had a 5-volt motor in it, so it exploded. But yeah, it kind of sucked.
That was and I was trying to sell it too before I even ran it. I'm so glad that I did. Somebody was going to buy it. I'm so glad that they didn't buy it because that would have been on me then. If they bought that and took it away and it didn't work, that would suck. That would have been stinky. Yep. Randall Ellison's talking about an N scale find that he had, George.
Wait, hold on.
Talking about got N scale train in a tackle box. He thought he was expecting to find fishing lures inside and found an entire N scale set.
Well, that's kind of cool. That'd be really cool to find an N scale set in a tackle box. But that's kind of smart place to keep it. Like they have all those like N scale like haulers and stuff like that. Just use a tackle box.
Right. For sure. So George, I tell you what, why don't you get control of this? And I think I'm gonna go grab that Hiawatha set. I think that'd be a fun set to do an unboxing on.
All right. So James says a guy deleted his account and left eBay. Oh, that sucks. Did you get the engine yet? Oh yeah, it is called the Traveling Railroad. We actually had a friend who I guess his wife was in the N scale when they met or something like that, and she goes, yeah, I'll show you my train collection, and she pulled out this shoebox. And he's like, oh, and it was a whole thing of N scale trains, and it was funny. Yeah, guy, it's awesome. That's cool. But PS1, yeah, it kind of sucks. That I mean, that MTH stuff, like the early MTH stuff, buying it new is kind of sketch. I mean, because like, you never know with the PS1 stuff. You always have the probability of the boards being like totally toast, and then with the PS1 stuff, you never know if it's going to be a 5-volt board or not. I know we bought a PS1 Yellowstone or PS2 converted Yellowstone, and when we got it, it was a real good deal, real good deal. I think, and it said it was a PS2 upgrade, so it was real nice, and then my friend goes, yeah, is it a 5-volt board? And I was like, I think my heart sank. When I heard that, I was like, oh, crap. If it is, I mean, because the deal we got on it was, like, amazing. Mm-hmm. Did the Yellowstone. And so we did a little bit of research. And because
it was an upgraded board.
Yeah. But it was from around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we did a little bit of research, and unfortunately it wasn't. And it runs great to this
Fortunately,
day.
was what he meant to say.
Yes, fortunately. Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, so it works, and it's a real nice engine. Other than a couple of like exterior issues, I mean, it runs real nice. But yeah, He says, I've still got it. I'll have to dig it out and do a video on it. The only downside is the steam locomotive is in pretty rough shape. I think I can either rebuild it or use it as parts. It's off the track, that's all it is. Cool thing about PS1 is that most of the sounds are recorded from real steam locomotives. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, because the sounds in those engines were kind of revolutionary for the time, you know? And it's real cool that they did that. I know on some of the later Lionel stuff, I know on the FM Train Masters they took they took the sounds off from a tractor, which I find really really funny. But yeah, what's up with the baseball career? What's up with your baseball career, George? Well, currently we're on to the summer season, so no more school baseball, and we're doing baseball through the travel season. So I got a baseball game for doubleheader tomorrow, so looking forward to that. But yeah, um, yeah, the PS1 sounds are better than the PS2 sounds. All right, yeah, I can. I mean that I don't know. I think it's all real like cool and stuff like that. Um, Let the Claire Dicker said, in GFW, I have summer school. I had to stay home yesterday and today. Oh, that sucks. I've never had to do summer school, fortunately. I've always tried to keep my grades up so I don't have to go. But yeah. Grandpa says, you know the Lionel FM was taken from a submarine. Oh, okay, yeah, it was a submarine. Yes, it was either a submarine or a tractor. But yeah, the Alco was taken from a tractor. All right. Let's go. But yeah, the Alco was taken from a tractor, and the FM was taken from a submarine. That's really cool. I mean, I love the sounds on those engines. You know, I mean, that's kind of what it brings it, like, you know, the realism to it. That's the other cool part about like the O scale is, I mean, a lot of the engines you get that are from like the 20 or like later or from like this time is guaranteed to have sounds in it, so it's kind of cool. Got to check on my mozzarella sticks. Don't go anywhere. Ooh, that sounds good. Kathy says, hi, GFW. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Claire Decker says, for junior high. I see. Don't miss middle school, man, because middle school, boy, oh boy, I took middle school for granted on how easy it was, man. High school, like, it's so much harder. But yes. But yeah, those sounds on those like those PS1 engines are real nice. I wish that you could operate them like with the DCS remote, because that would make a lot of that would. I mean, it just brings a lot of it's a lot cooler, you know. Let's see. But yeah, it looks like we've got the
Doing a great job. Keep it up, George.
the Hiawatha out. Oh, we've got the engine out. Is it just one box for the cars? Is it only four cars?
Just one box, 4 cars.
But yeah, the set's huge though. Because when we put it in the car, I mean, it takes up like the entire trunk. But yeah, man. Those that is a big set, and you gotta have all the track for it too. It's like, I mean, that's just takes up like, it's huge. It's real big. Especially for standard gauge stuff. I mean, the Hiawatha's got to be one of the biggest standard gauge pieces, right? There it is. That is the box for the engine. But yeah, I mean, look at that. It's bigger than me.
That's not hard, George.
What?
To be bigger than you. I think it weighs more than you.
Probably. Yeah. Hello, Matt's Trains 48. How's Washington? I hear you're coming out soon. Let me know, man. I'd like to get together, Matthew. But yeah. Um, it says, well, I better get ready for tomorrow, hanging out with everyone, and I'll see you next week. Well, see you, North Country Trains.
Thanks for coming by, Harrison. Thanks for hanging out.
So yeah, do you wanna get this up?
Sure. Tell you what, you can keep talking. I'll change the camera so you can see what's going on over here.
Alrighty. So, how long have we had this set? I mean, we've had it for quite a while now. Right?
I got it before you were born. I think I got it in 2002.
2002. And I think this came out in like 2000.
Yeah, I want to say 2001 or so, something like that.
I mean, it was pretty new. So, but yeah, the set is real cool, and I think but yeah, it only comes out during Christmas. I mean, this is probably the warmest part. I mean, it's gonna like melt, like, because it's it only comes out during Christmas. But yes. So here we go. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and the box art on it's real cool. That's also one of the cool parts about it. I mean, didn't they do a Hudson like this too?
They did a New York Central, Commodore Vanderbilt.
Oh, all right.
So I guess it was a Hudson, but not a Hudson in the traditional, J1E sense.
Yeah, I thought it was a Dreyfus, but I could see them doing the Commodore Vanderbilt because that's like.
It might have been a Dreyfus. I'm not sure.
The Dreyfus is my favorite streamlined Hudson. What about you?
Hiawatha.
Really? The Dreyfus looks like a bullet, though, man.
And Hiawatha just looks like a beautiful piece of Art Deco. Beautiful piece.
I don't know. I love the Dreyfus. I wish we still had I wish ours was working. That's a cool one that that I don't think anybody really knows we have. We have a no-scale Dreyfus Hudson. It's real cool. Yeah, the box art on it's real cool. What does that say? Lionel standard gauge. Yeah. So I mean, it's one of the very few pieces Lionel made that wasn't O gauge, in the modern days. So
Grandpa's right. He says this was the last time that we got this at the last time we were at York, George.
Oh wow! So this is ancient, bruh. The Streamline Hudson fave is the Royal Hudson.
Ooh, that is a good one. If you call that one Streamline, that one might be my favorite ahead of.
I wouldn't call that Streamline. I mean, that's just the Hudson. Oh, okay. BK says it's a Commodore Vanderbilt. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, and there's a picture. Oh, I think that's the instructions for the cars.
Why don't you take it? Yeah. There we go.
Oh, sorry. Oh, and he thinks MTH made it. Oh, okay.
This is
That's cool. And then here are the cars. I mean, it's real nice.
Brochure for the.
Look at that. You can even tell like it's old by the catalog artwork. That's real neat. Oh, and the other cool part about it is it's TMCC as well.
Right.
So it can run on O-scale or not O-scale. The command system. But yeah, I mean it's real nice. I love this set a lot. But yeah, so he thinks MTH made it. That's cool. Did they make a pre-war, or like when everybody was making standard gauge pieces? Did they make a pre-war Hudson or Hiawatha? Do you know?
What do you mean?
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Not standard gauge though.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah, they did make a pre-war Hiawatha no gauge.
So I mean, this has got to be one of the largest produced standard gauge engines like ever made.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I've seen a standard gauge articulated steam locomotive.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was at in Pennsylvania, or no, it was in Rhode Island. When we went to the convention, they had one of the standard gauge clubs there, and the guy had like a custom built. It was like a 2222 or something like that, but it was still articulated. It's real cool. Not in standard gauge. Okay. Bill, I think MTH didn't make it, and that's why we bought it. Oh, Grandpa. Yeah. MTH made a lot, if not all, standard gauge for Y&L. Well, interesting. Interesting. So I think now we're gonna see the tender. One thing about this tender, is it doesn't have a pull load, so you get to see like the auger on the inside.
Just to give you an example for size.
This is a Lionel SD70, so I mean it's a pretty big. But yeah, that is a huge. Dang, on the camera, your hands look big, like holding the SD70. Anyways, but yeah, I mean this is a big engine, and holy moly, there's a prototype 400E articulated engine out there. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Here we go. Here it is. I always love the plastic on these Lionel, like the Lionel engines, like the 90s, early 2000s. I love that Lionel trains plastic.
Right. Yeah, George, I don't think that there were very many of these made because I think they're pretty rare. Like if you see one, it's like one of those things, if you like it, you see one, you better snap that thing up.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to get one, and our friend Bill was lucky enough to get one of these. As I know that, yeah, there you go. Yeah, these were pretty hard to come by. So,
did BK get one at? Where did he get his?
I think that he searched before he found his. He got it at a train show. I don't know if it was at.
Sure.
Yeah, which particular train show? Take a look at this. This is standard gauge, mind you. Standard gauge. Look at it compared to the computer. So detailed, so beautiful. There's where George was talking about, where you can see underneath.
Why would
the
they
auger.
put a pull load in there? You know?
Why didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. My next question was, and I don't even know the answer to this one. Was the Hiawatha even a coal burning it?
Yeah, I think it would be, because if you look at those Atlantics, man, they look all like dirt. Like,
yeah,
at the end of their careers, they all look like there's like a bunch of soot around them and stuff like that.
right.
So I think so. But yeah, so there's the tender, right? Oh, we got it at a Midwest Division meet. Oh, okay. So yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, wait, this is a. Oh, wait, I don't think it has a front coupler. Never mind. But here is the engine. Holy moly! This, maybe you could fill it up with real coal, George. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think I read somewhere that this engine weighs 24 pounds.
Like half of me. I got track and basic team, PC controls.
That's cool.
But
That's
yeah.
cool. Look at that thing.
The cool part about this too is how much detail goes into it. Not just like exterior detail, but like all the interior stuff too. So like in all the cars you can see, or the like the chairs and the toilets, and you can open the cars up too. That's the other thing.
That is. It's really neat. It's a really beautiful piece. Really, really beautiful piece.
Yeah. Oh man. So whenever we open this up,
This one's a showstopper. Whenever we open this up, whenever we take it to a show,
yeah, everybody loves it. And but this engine, you want to know? So basically, if I ever want to know what super smoke smells like, all I got to do is just take a big old whiff of the packaging, man. I love it. Because that smoke fluid is literally like my childhood, and that's all we ever put in this. And yes, this is the that's the stuff we use all my like growing up. Bill BK says, glad you're opening this up, Wally. You've wanted to do this for some time. great looking set, that's for sure.
I have. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, man.
Inside of that thing. Oof.
But yeah, if you ever see one, I'd advise you to, like for sale, like if you got the money, I'd say snatch it up, man, because this is a great looking set, and you'll never find another one.
Look at that. Comes off.
Doesn't it? Oh. Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
No. Did they run them like that? Wait, seriously? Let me see that again. Is it like a magnet? How does it open? But it looks so weird. And would they run them like that?
I don't know. Good question.
That is so weird.
So there you go. I'm going to bring this closer, George. Look at the detail on this for a standard gauge piece. Look at that. Brake shoes on there. Just so cool. Then a firebox that turns red and
Grandpa says underneath you find Darth Vader.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. There we go. So that's our standard gauge Hiawatha
Do you
engine.
think it's the biggest piece in our collection?
Yes, it's definitely the biggest piece. Probably the
How
most
about the
expensive
heaviest?
one too.
Over the 700?
Oh no, not over that.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's giant. It's giant.
oh yeah, it looks Canadian without the nose streamlining.
It does.
It does actually. That's
That's a good point.
like something the Canadian National would have used. Yeah. I'm guessing you don't have the passenger cars. Oh, we got the passenger cars, all right. Although I mean that we have to.
We're gonna bring those out next.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Heck yeah. We're on a roll, George.
Yeah. I mean, we have the passenger cars.
We're on a roll.
Yeah.
We'll take a little pause before we get out the passenger car. So
Definitely the heaviest. That's for sure. I mean, the big boy doesn't even come up against this. Man.
Right.
You need 2 hands for this bad boy.
2 hands. 2 hands. And you gotta use all your fingers, George. All your fingers.
Yeah.
George just yawned. DB Tech's calling you out, George.
Standard gauge is nice. Why don't you run it on my Garden Railroad? You've got a Garden Railroad, Grandpa?
Imaginary Garden Railroad.
Oh.
The imaginary Garden Railroad. There we go. Spot of importance right there.
It's part of the show now. Grandpa, you've been replaced.
Look at that. What do you think the trains that we're running today, Hiawatha?
They're not as good as me. And yeah, they just aren't as cool. And they
They're
don't
not
go as fast.
streamlined.
They're not streamlined.
Streamlined is the thing.
And I go fast.
Everything is streamlined these days. Streamlined.
Does the model have the whistle steam smoke effect? No, this was made before like that was even a question, man. This is old. But
It
like,
doesn't have whistle steam. It does have steam sounds and TMCC. It's one of, I think, 2 standard gauge engines that were made by, well, there might be more that have been made by Lionel that have TMCC. So, put that one up here. Put this back. Put this up here.
nice. I heard stories of this locomotive. Yeah, well now you're seeing it, man. It's like a legend. Like not a legend, but never mind. Kind of forgot like what I was gonna say. Anyway, oh yeah, Grandpa says it's saying those damn diesels will put me in retirement. It kind of already is. It's like the box is like the retirement home. But do you guys have the Lionel F40PH? We do not have an F40PH. Although we'd like to get one though. But my dad says if Lionel ever makes a Genesis, we're getting it because that's his favorite Amtrak engine. Actually, he liked the GG one, but that's one of his favorites. But yeah, the F40PHs. I mean, I don't know. I just never come across one at a good price, if you know what I mean. And we've never really had a need to get one. Are you guys going to Strasbourg to see the J this year? Well, we're going to Strasbourg, but unfortunately the J is leaving before York starts. So when York is going on and we go to Strasbourg, J will have left by then, unless they decide to keep it there for a little bit longer. But no. Not only was it made before whistle steam, I'm pretty sure the Hiawatha had air horns, not whistles. No, I think they had whistles as well. Oh, just air horns?
Actually, that's a good question.
I think they had both. That's awkward. That's always awkward. But yeah, I think they had whistles as well. What about a Metro one? Well, then again, we don't have any Metro cars. Yeah, we had an opportunity to get a Metro one time, but BK has all the Metro stuff. He's big into the Metro stuff. The S3 had both. Yeah, the GS4 too had both as well, and the Cat 4. Can't forget about the Cat 4. Yeah. Oh, and the AC9. Like everything SP had air horns. If Strasbourg keeps the 611 till York again, it would be great. I'd manage to catch it after I enjoy York. Exactly. I mean, I doubt they'll do that. I mean, wouldn't you think that would be beneficial to them, though, if they kept it till York?
Absolutely.
Well, it'd be beneficial
so.
to. Yeah,
I'm
me too.
100% on board with the promotion of Strasbourg and the Roanoke Historical Society, or whoever is the ones that run the
But they'd make a lot of money off of it.
I think so. I'm sure that for right around that time, there goes the yawn for George. Right around the time for that they had York, they would be sold out for a while.
Yeah, I mean, if they had it till York, you'd have to be getting your tickets now.
Yep.
So George be riding to York. I have to go see Johnny and Sid, but I'll have to see you guys. Well, hopefully we'll.
You don't have to if you don't want it, man. Hopefully you'll want to come see it.
So yeah, you guys will, or hopefully we'll be doing the tailgate. So
we will. If we go out, we will be doing the tailgate. That's part of the plan.
But yeah, so I guess I'll see you there. Railroader David says, if you guys go to York, say hello to see guys as FCS me for me. All right, we'll do. Or FCSME.
Hey, while I'm doing this, just everybody coming through, welcome to the stream. We're hitting the 1 hour mark here. Please smash that like button if you haven't already. And also, I'm going to do my abbreviated speech because everyone always gets on my case here. But hey, we have a real cool railroad community here on YouTube. Let's support each other's channels. Let's support each other. Keep this synergy going, guys. So watch each other's YouTube channels and support the hobby. Support the hobby. It's an abbreviated speech tonight. Maybe I have to do it again.
Ray at Golden Leaf Railroad. Good night, guys. Got a big day tomorrow. Oh, good night. Thank you for stopping by. So this is another cool thing about this box. It's two-sided. This box is two-sided. So it's got 2 cars on one side and 2 cars on the other. So it all fits in one box. And this box is huge, man. I could sleep inside of it if I wanted to.
George wanted to live inside this box when he was a kid.
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, so, and then again, you get to see that beautiful artwork. There you go, Hiawatha. But, yes. Prove it. Well, we're going to take it out, so you'll see it then. I wish Lionel could create the F59PH. They could create the Metrolink F59PH.
Well, that would be cool.
Okay. If they did the F59, it'd only be Amtrak. Going line, they don't do anything commuter like. I don't think they've ever done a commuter train that I know of, like Metra, MBTA, New Jersey Transit. If they did, well, F40 first. Yeah, what is your favorite foreign steam locomotive? I don't know. I find those like Garrett. I think they're called like Garrett. The Garrett steam locomotives real cool. The ones that are like articulated, but they have the cab in the middle, and then yeah, those are my favorite. That joke about George and the box made me laugh. Yeah, I mean, this is like one of the OG trains that we used to run quite frequently. Yeah, Metrolink F59 PHI for the 3751. Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Although, yeah, Pops, if we got a 765, would we try and look for a like a dummy or like a Metro F40 to put behind it and try and recreate the Juliet rocket?
Absolutely. I would like to get both of those engines, regardless if I had one or the other. I would like to get that Metro. I know I've had the opportunity from time to time, but just things weren't right when those have come available.
Too many people want it, especially in our area, you know. K-Line did Metrolink. Yeah, they actually did. I think did they do Metro too? K-Line? Didn't they make some Metro?
Mike's Train House made Metro cars. I don't think K-Line ever did.
I know K-Line did those big 21-inch Metrolink cars, though, I think. I have a friend from BC who calls the Joliet rocket the toilet rocket. When I went to New Jersey, all my friends there that I met there, they're like, "Oh yeah, you've ridden the Juge rocket." For some reason, they said Juge, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I live in Los Angeles, so that's cool.
All across the United States, worldwide studio, and the world here at GFW Trains.
Yes. Lionel is talking about making Metro in their next catalog.
Ooh, cool.
That's cool.
I hope they do.
Yeah, me too. K-Line did Amtrak F40. Yeah, you've got one, BK. That was at our house for a little bit. Oh, here is is this an RPO car? Oh, no, this is a dining car, yeah.
I think that's a dining car.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep. It's an express car.
Do you guys have the new Lionel 460 that is going to be my first legacy locomotive? We don't have the new Lionel one. I don't think we've ever ordered anything straight from the catalog. Have we? I think Grandpa has, but not us.
No.
Yeah.
So here's the car.
Yes, I mean, they're huge, man. I thought that, never mind. I guess you were right on the length. But, yeah, holy moly.
Pretty neat, huh? And let me see if I can get a good angle on this for everyone to see.
Oh, and it opening?
Yeah. They open up. I said this is the dining car. It's got on this side, it's got all of the seats. And on this side, kitchen. Pretty neat, huh? Hey, Train Addict 465, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, pretty sweet car right there. These are so neat. I love these things in the way that they look.
Yeah, they're real nice. I got a question. You probably don't know the answer. Why did they go with that style of coupler?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably just traditional.
That'd be a cool thing. Yeah. Yeah, I could live in that car. That's right. Me and my buds would just live in that. Like in Lionelville when they lived in the trains. That'd be kind of cool.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed.
But yeah, that is a cool train. Oh, excuse me.
So there are 4 cars set out. We'll open up 2 today. So you can see this one is the RPO or the express car.
Oh, all right. When I was little, I never liked the observation car on this train.
Really?
Yeah, I always thought it looked mad.
There's the two styles of the observation car. There's this one and then the beaver tail.
I love the beaver tail.
Yeah, me too. They're both called beaver tails, but there's one that's got glass.
Like, but it's smooth.
Right.
Did you know that CN, when they got the Milwaukee Road, they used they made a train set of ex Milwaukee Road cars, and they had that observation car on their train.
Did they really?
Yeah, they operated it too.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it was a business train or if it was an actual like passenger train service.
I know one exists.
Yes, correct.
I know one exists. So there we go. That's the express car.
I don't think I've ever opened this guy up. I think I've only opened the ones with the toilets up because I like those because they had toilets.
It's pixelation. Let's do something here real quick.
Oh, wait.
Hang with us, everybody. Where I'm going to do something. All right, hopefully we're back there. How are we looking now, everybody? Just did a restart there, and maybe things got worked out. Let me see. I can't do it from this side. Same. Stop it. Stop it, DV Tech. Stop it. All right, can you embiggen that, George? All right, so let's see here. This is the express car.
Oh, this one's got a toilet in it.
Oh, this one. Maybe this is. Yeah, this has got to be the express car.
Yeah, this is an RPO card. It has a bunch of mail.
There's George's
There's a toilet. Oh, and the sink.
And a sink. That's folded metal in there. It's really cool. And on this end, got a couple of them, including a closet right there. You got your tables and chairs over there, as well as your sorting station, or your not your sorting station, but you got your baggage coach. Yorkville must have lost. Mom was giving us updates on the store. She stopped giving us updates.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I hope they didn't.
There it is. That's the other car. There's 4 of them. Yeah, should we do all the rest of them, George?
I don't know. I think we should do the observation car.
Okay. That's a neat piece.
Do you want me to stop this train so you just put it?
That's all right.
But yeah, the observation car is cool. But like I said, it used to remind me. I used to think that. Yeah, you got no power. I always used to think of them mad because they look mad all the time. But
look at that. For those of you that weren't on here earlier, it's world's slowest lift bridge right there. Got the lift bridges going on the layout now.
Grandpa says, "I hope Simon didn't come in for relief at the end." Simon did not dress up today. Yeah, he didn't. He was wearing shorts in the dugout, so I don't think he was on. I don't think he was supposed to relief. Although he did dress up in a uniform, so yeah, it's funny. There you go.
What's funny, George?
Never mind. I was gonna say something, but it had nothing to do with anything. but like related to the stream. But yeah, that is. Oh, you found the lights?
Yes, I did.
Where were they?
In the garbage.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I finally tore apart the garbage. When I was putting that together, I took the lights out of the box, and I couldn't find the lights, and I was scouring the basement for the lights, and going nuts trying to find those lights. Finally, had to go back to the
garbage
to get it. All right, so here's the. Yeah, they are huge boxes, aren't they?
Real big.
So this is the beaver tail ops. It was really kind of a neat piece.
It's mad, Papa. It's mad.
It's got angry eyebrows.
And it's got a mustache.
And a mustache. Ooh, look at that. I never realized it had some mouth.
And it's sticking its tongue out at you.
Dang, it's got a whole story behind it, doesn't it, George?
Yes.
So that's the cool beaver tail. So how does this work, George? That's the mouth?
2 eyes. Right? The mouth. Right, this is the mouth. The mustache, and then the angry eyebrows. It's got real bushy eyebrows.
I love it. I love it. So there's the observation car.
Miller.
Does
that have anything to do with the beer company? You know?
I don't. So Scotsman Production, we're going to Strasbourg when York takes place. We're going to have that as part of our York expedition out there. We're going to have the GFW Trains tailgate on the York Fairgrounds, hopefully. If all goes well, we might have some type of conjunction with the Train Collectors Association at their museum, which is right there by the Strasbourg Railroad, doing a little bit of I don't know. We've got to get that all ironed out. We got some time to do that, but we're definitely going to be having some good fun out there at York in October. So this one's kind of cool too. You can see in the back, it's got the seats raised around for the observation, and then the coach section there in the observation, and then there's George's favorite likes to point out. The toilets. So yeah, pretty neat pieces if you ask me.
Yeah, James says the Yorkville train show.
Right.
That would be kind of cool, making one of those into a lunchbox.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
George is thinking outside the lunchbox.
DV Tech brought that up. I'm thinking one of those coach cars would make a cool lunchbox. Just put a strap on it. I need a lunchbox that looks like a coach car.
I think you're right.
Randall Ellison says, I know you feel lugging around those big boxes, Wally. I know carrying those totes full of HO scale trains box, or HO scale trains is a real backbreaker for me. Yeah, that's heavy.
Yes, it is. So we got 3 cars out. There's actually 4 cars. Should we just go the distance, George?
Yeah, they're already.
We're going the distance. All right.
Going the speed.
Going the distance. We'll take the 4th one out. The 4th one is another coach.
Yeah, this one's just a regular coach, right?
Yep.
Here we go. Did they have another 2-pack for this set, or is it just the 4 cars?
No, just the 4 cars. And the Hudson set, the Commodore Vanderbilt set only had 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The better of the 2 then?
Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's the coach. And beautiful. Such a beautiful set. We're going to have to get this going one day on the show. Make a standard gauge setup and get this thing going.
Carpet Central.
Yep. If you ever see one of these, man, don't walk by it twice. Beautiful. They're rare, and they're very versatile. It's command control.
You got a friend who's selling one.
Who's selling one?
Bilko?
He's selling his, huh?
He had it at the last train show.
What's that?
Yeah, I thought.
All right. I didn't know he was selling this. George, didn't know he was selling this.
Oh yeah.
That's that would be a nice pickup. Definitely a nice pickup.
And you had everything to get it ready to go. I think all you needed was a transformer.
Really? Like what do you have on it?
Like you had track, and then you had the TMCC system to go with it too. So,
Really?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No. Oh, it's for sale.
No kidding.
So yeah, if you're interested.
There you go.
There you go.
Got that one for sale. Wow.
Randall Lenison says, I like how you can open up the roof on one of those cars, see all the details inside. It's amazing the level of detail on those cars.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Especially how it's all like tin plate too, you know what I mean? Like that's gotta be hard, like bending all that stuff.
Oh, right.
Because I mean that's not something you can mold, you know?
For sure. For sure. Yeah. That's takes some real skill to do that stuff, I'm sure. What's the Texas special doing on that hat?
Oh.
Oh, we got it's our GFW Trains display right there, and that's the
we should
the
just
Fast Friday.
We should just like bolt that piece of track or like put fat to just keep it.
Guys, you know how to fix that? So you go here to cam mic, hi camera. Audio. All right, there we go. Should be good, George.
All right, but yeah, wait, that's all tin plate on the inside. That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of it's like plastic. It's all just like tin plate. What's going on, guys? Nothing much. Just doing the stream. Yeah.
Talking about the standard gauge Hiawatha.
Yeah, which is a real cool set behind my dad. But yeah, you're back cleaner than ever. Oh, there we go.
We're gonna have to swear a little bit, George.
Oh.
Say the seven bad words that you can't say. There used to be like 7 words that you couldn't say on television, and you get in trouble for. Yeah, and there was a comic named George Carlin. He said all 7 of them as part of his skit. It was like he was really like a lewd comic at the time.
Dang. Was this when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right on.
But
that's a good question. DB Tech's asking what scale is standard gauge. I don't know what the ratio is on that, George.
Standard. It's the standard.
It's the standard ratio. But smaller than G gauge.
But bigger than it's.
I know that. What's that?
It's bigger than G.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. It's around that same size, and it's 3-rail though too. It's all 3-rail, so it's basically like it's like O scale, just like ballooned up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have the steamer for that set, Wally?
Sure do, Randall, right there.
There you go. Yep, right there. It may look O scale.
Let me get this one out
on
one
the
more
track.
time. Show this one out. This thing weighs 24 pounds. 24.
24. Where'd you see? Were you on the OGR forum or something like that? Looking at that?
Yep.
It's wider than G gauge with the 3rd rail.
Got it. Thanks, Chris.
We can make it Canadian too.
Yes, we
It's Canadian. I like maple syrup.
Let's go canoeing.
Yeah. I have this real nice beaver tail hat.
I've got a beaver tail observation.
Oh, yeah. But that thing's a monster, haha. Yes, it is. Question: how do switches work with 3-rail? Oh,
That's a good question. I'm gonna either say we're gonna answer that another time, we're not gonna answer it, or I'm gonna let my technical expert George here take that one away.
so basically, you see this? Well, now the train's coming over. So it works like a traditional switch. The only difference is that when the 3rd rail comes through, it goes in all the way to the point where it will short out when you put the when it goes any further. So then all on the bottom, basically these parts right here that the wheels would go over, they are basically kind of dead rails. So when the roller goes over them, they don't short out. But then the spots on the outside still have power. And the cool part about the O-scale engines is both outside rails don't need to be powered when you run into trains. So, well, they have to be powered if you're going to have the switches on it, but the engines only run with one side of power, and then it needs the roller too. So it's hot, and you're hot. You got your hot, and then you're like ground wire, and so basically it just kind of like there's these two. It's like a regular switch, except for the 3rd rail just comes up till where it can't, and then the roller will just go right over it. Yeah, I don't know if that helps, but yeah.
There you go. Did you need a switch just for example, George?
Sure, yeah. Do that one. Standard gauge is not 3-rail G-scale, to answer your question. Or answer your, So basically, what I was talking about is these outside rails right here are always powered. They always got the ground power on them. And then right here, this rail and this rail are always dead. But the wheels can still go over them. So what I mean by dead is there's no power to them ever. And then you have your points right here that kind of switch the train. And then you got your 3rd rail, which comes up to where you can't fit any more rail anymore, and then the roller just goes right over the switch. So since I see we got a super chat from Train Finder Craig.
Hey, Train Finder Craig, how you doing? George, you gonna sing?
Thanks. I'm a lumberjack.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He works all night and he sleeps all day.
I don't know the rest of it. Is it just that like verse?
No, there's a lot more.
Oh. That's all I know.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
I sleep all night and I work all day. Do you guys have one outside rail that is powered and the center rail is jumped underneath or is jumpered underneath? So, well, I think what you're trying to go with is, I mean, we don't have our layout in blocks. I mean, there's some parts that are like blocked on the layout, but that's just for like sightings and stuff like that. So, we do have like jumper wires on the going around the layout so that you can get power to certain spots that would kind of be like lacking it if not. So, but we don't have them blocked out at all. It's just all going into into the 2 mine lines, and then eventually the top part, which we have working somewhat. I mean, the part of it's working so far, but yeah. I chopped down trees, and I can't remember the rest. Should have let George do Crazy Train. That was my walk-up song for a long time. Then we stopped doing walk-up songs.
For baseball, right?
Yeah. Man, I wish we still did those, because those were the days. Dude, having a walk-up song used to feel... I was like Bad Mama Jama with that. Like, oh, man. Ozzy Osbourne.
Crazy Train. Yes. Here comes old number 3 with the Crazy Train.
Yeah. And then I'd probably strike out right after. But anyways, oh shoot, James, I bet.
By the way, James, yes, I would like to run your Royal Hudson. That's a really neat train. Congratulations on that purchase.
Yeah. So yeah. What was the story like? What were you thinking when did you have any idea that you wanted a standard gauge?
I saw that standard gauge set, and it was something that I really loved. That particular. I've always liked standard gauge. Opposite to you, I've always had an affinity for the tin plate and the way that it looks and the way that they're folded, especially the stuff that's really expensive. I love the way that those really long passenger cars look.
I like expensive trades too.
But I mean, the expensive standard gauge is really kind of neat the way that it all looks and everything like that. And I love the standard gauge locomotives, the steam engines. They're just kind of neat. And Lionel came out with this Hiawatha, and it combines so many of the things that I liked. It combined standard gauge, it combined TMCC, it combined the Hiawatha, Hudson, so many of the things that I liked. So I thought, you know what, it would be really cool is one day to buy that. And I always had that in the back of my head, but it was a really, really high price set. I want to say that when it came out, it was like $3,500 or something like that. It was a pricey set. So I just had that in the back of my mind. I thought, you know what, if one day I can get it at a decent price, I'll do that. I'll buy it at a decent price. So one day we were walking down the aisle at York, and we saw a couple pieces on somebody was
table.
Yep, blowing out some trains on a table, and went up and asked him about that one, and he shot me a price that was just too little to walk away from.
Yes.
So.
So we have a friend, Jason, who I went to run trains with Johnny the other day, and he's got the O-scale Hiawatha set.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's one of my favorites.
That's one I'm surprised we've never it's not the pre-war one. It's the scale one with the 18-inch passenger cars. Yeah, that's one I'm surprised we haven't I
had the opportunity to buy one about a year ago.
Oh really? Oh
yeah.
But that was a tough PS3. I'd rather get the one that we got.
That was a tough decision. I had a friend of mine that was selling two trains. One was the Hiawatha set, the O-scale Hiawatha set, and it had a Mike's Train House Hudson Hiawatha engine with PS3, and it was between that. He had that, and he also had the Daylight that we are always running over here, and it was a choice between either one of those two. And I chose the Daylight over it. It was a hard choice, and the GS4 or
if the Hiawatha was TMCC or Legacy, I think we would have gotten the Hiawatha.
Right.
And I wasn't really too excited about the GS4 till after we got it. I've never really been a Daylight guy. You know what I mean? I've appreciated it, but I've never I'm like, oh yeah, I want that engine. You know, I've never. But after we got it, that engine is just so majestic, man. I love that engine so much, and as I've grown to appreciate it more and more, especially since I've grown to be an SPUP kind of guy. That's all I run now, obviously. But yeah, that is a great engine, and I'm kind of glad we got that one too over the Hiawatha, just because we can take it to shows and run it on the launch.
Right.
But yeah.
That was another thing that was in the consideration. Both beautiful pieces. It was like trying to choose between two children. Which one do you like better? You can't choose.
Obviously, me.
You can't choose. Oh, family show. Roll that back down, George. Roll that back down. Hurry up.
Is it one of the 8 hand signs?
Wait a second. You got to roll that back down.
Is it one of the 8 hand signs?
Family show. Hey, Ken Munoz at the M&M
Mike
Railroad.
Mellon joined the stream. Hello.
Hey, Mike. Glad you come by. You see the evolution of the layout. We've got that thing, that upper level going. Mike has cut out those the curves for us. The carpenter that cut out the curves. But we've got that. You can see it coming in. We're probably about 2 hours away from getting that thing all hooked up. We were trying to do a little bit of running on it, but we don't have the
it's only good for switching off.
The electronics were hooked up yet. We've got two different control panels or controllers that are running the two different trains. So Don't have that 100% set up yet, but we've got the upper level all the way around, which is cool. And we've got the bridges working now, both the bridges. One over there, and then we've got another one. We showed off a little bit earlier on the stream, so if you get a chance, you can go back and review the stream and see the other bridge going up. But we've got two lift bridges, one over here and then one over here behind me, and got those lined up and ready to go.
So Johnny, when I went over to his house, he had just gotten his TMCC GS2 from that lot, right?
Oh, right.
And when he powered it up, turned it on, and he blew the whistle, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Same whistle they used on the JLC Big Boy.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I love that whistle so much, man.
Oh, that is a good whistle. So Train Finder Craig texted me the other day, and he's been like a kid in the candy store, George.
Is there another prototype auction?
Oh, he got 5 trains. He's been scouring everywhere, buying Neil Young prototype stuff, the TMCC stuff, prototype stuff, and he's been showing some pictures along to me. I'm hoping that one day we can have him back on the stream and he can show some more of that stuff off.
That'd be really cool. You know, one of them that I saw on eBay a long time ago, like right after the auction, was I don't know, it wasn't the auction one, but I saw the prototype Big Boy.
Oh,
the original
really?
TMCC Big Boy. It operated, it had TMCC, but it just was like, the cast.
Yeah.
Oh
wow, that's neat.
Yeah, it was like $2,000 something like that. That was a lot of money. But yeah, man, that was holy moly, that was crazy. Yeah, man. Honestly, all right.
Hey, hello from France. Well, hello right back from the GFW Trains Worldwide studio. Thanks for joining us across the pond. Good to see you. And if you're just rolling through the door, please smash that like button. Good to see you. And that just brings, man, that really is humbling, George. I tell you what, it's really neat that we've got people from all over the world watching. And it's neat that through COVID, our world grew a little bit smaller, and that we've had a chance to really kind of branch out and make some new friends. So let's keep this synergy going. Let's keep talking, support each other's channels, comment on each other's videos. Really is a nice group, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jacob's in the house. Jacob, I owe you a phone call. Sorry I had to cut you off the other day. And I've been thinking about needing to give you a call back. So if you don't hear from me, give me a holler this weekend or something like that. I bet he's up at Camp CFL.
Oh, yeah. That was sad, man. So I heard that the last OA fellowship, that was Matt Bazan's last fellowship. I think he was like something to do with the Navy or something. Like
really?
But yeah, so it'd be the last time we see him at a fellowship. Wish we would have gone, but it's all right. But yeah, so it says I need to talk tonight.
Okay. We'll be done. We'll probably be done in about a half an hour.
Yeah.
Give me a holler.
Alrighty. So yeah, so back at the standard gauge set, what else did you get when you went on that trip?
Let's see. We got the JLC Challenger.
The forbidden Challenger.
Oh my gosh, you have to explain that one a little bit.
So basically, Grandpa has that Challenger. It's like one of my favorite engines in his collection, but it sits in the display. It's not even a display case. It's like display tunnel, and it just gets. It's like there's a bunch of engines around it, and I've never seen it run. I don't think it's ever ran on his layout, and it's like probably one of the coolest engines in his collection, but he doesn't run it. Grandpa, you gotta run it. We should just put a brick in there and see if he notices.
I wonder if he noticed.
Or just like take it out and see, be like,
You know what you should do is you should buy a MTH Proto Sounds 1 and then put it in there.
we said it on the stream. He's watching.
Oh man, we're not very good at this subterfuge stuff, George.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, we gotta run that, Grandpa. It's like one of the coolest engines in your collection. It's 3985. 3985. The one that the Excursion Star that used to operate.
Hopefully one day we'll operate again.
Yeah, it's like the real thing.
I know.
Maybe, Grandpa, here's my proposal. So you know how the real thing isn't running? People need to see 3985 run. right?
All right.
So we should run 3985 excursions on Grandpa's layout, or on the Yes Railroad.
Oh, yeah,
Preferably the Yes Railroad. But Grandpa's layout, yeah, you know.
That's a good one to run.
We have the mainline trackage for it to run on. It can open up the throttle, if you know what I mean.
Let her rip, tater chip.
They wait for me to be let out or to be out of town. Grandpa, you guys can go to Disney early this year. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, you know. But my dad needs to run his trains also.
Oh yeah, we have the Wilsons over. I gave his dad a train for Christmas.
Oh yeah, the
Illinois
Central.
Central.
I remember that.
Yep. You come over and run trains when you guys are done. Bet they're up there at summer camp right now. You up there at summer camp, Jacob? Yeah.
And then James says, yeah, wait for him to be out of town. Good idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well,
Hopefully he won't figure it out.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, here's a great idea. We should take a picture of it and just put it on the outside of the case.
How about 3D printing?
Well, that would cost as much as
all right.
the
I
engine
like
work.
that. I like that though. The picture.
The picture. Just take a picture, print it out.
And put it on the inside of the case.
But yeah, I think that would work. And then be like, oh yeah, we bought a Challenger, Grandpa.
Boom.
It's totally ours.
Boom. Randall Ellis sent me a photo of an ex-BNSF C-44. Should throw that one up there, George. Last post on there.
Oh, sorry.
Sent you a photo of an ex-BNSF C-44 9W. I took it there this morning. Sweet! Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that. James Train says he has a buddy who can 3D print the 3985. All right.
But you see, the problem with that is though, so I took engineering, right? And we had to 3D print a lot of things for projects. It took forever, man, just to make a simple fidget spinner, man. This thing, no, you guys can't really see it, but I made this thing in engineering. This little base, man, took 3 hours. So it's definitely not. I mean, it would take, by the time that engine is finished, Grandpa would already be back from Florida. But yeah, it's crazy. Although 3D printing is something that
it is so cool, man. That's the next wave of technology. I've been thinking about passively in the back of my mind, thinking it'd be cool to have a 3D printer.
Oh yeah, but it's crazy expensive right now.
The 3D printer?
Not the 3D printer, but the software.
Oh, okay.
So the softwares that I have that I use at school, Uncle Johnny was telling me it's they're crazy. I mean, it's $2,000 a year for the software.
Wow.
But I mean, there are also things that there are websites that you can take stuff and print it off, but just to create something from scratch, like we've been doing in school, I mean, it's crazy how much that it costs.
I'm wondering if you'd have to have a special computer to work that off of too, or if you could use
I use my laptop.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot on the laptop, but it's easily runnable. I mean, if we got a 3D printer though, I'd have to find a job that requires Adobe, or not Adobe, Inventor. So then I can just get it for free. We could use it at home.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. Hey, question from France. It says, I know scale trains will continue the HO and S from MTH. Do you know if the O gauge is bought out and by which company? So
recently Atlas has bought a lot of the tooling from MTH, but they're really not interested in the steam engines. They bought a lot of the more modern diesels and stuff like that, but they're not interested. Oh, and they bought and they bought or not bought, but they got the rights for the DCS system, which is huge because
now they can put those electronics into.
And MTH has mostly been the only company to ever do that. So Atlas Lionel's losing a lot of that money that they've been getting from Atlas to use the TMCC equipment, and they're basically going to MTH. So I don't know how this is. Well, it really hasn't really. I haven't heard too much about it recently, but yeah, it's
Well, it's kind of almost like a big paradigm shift within the hobby, because all of the manufacturers would go to Lionel to license the TMCC and purchase the TMCC to put into their locomotives, and Atlas being a main one there.
big gun, yeah.
And with them shifting their but backing up, when they would purchase the TMCC from Lionel, if I'm not mistaken, they could never get like the top of the line
legacy.
stuff,
They just
right?
got the old
The,
God, I don't know. I forget what it's called. But yeah, like the OGs kind of stuff, the 90s
right,
stuff.
right. So then with the Proto Sounds, I'm assuming that the Proto Sounds electronics that they're going to be licensing from MTH and putting in their equipment is probably going to be the top of the line stuff with the top of the line electronics.
Yes, and then basically from what we hear, MTH will still be kind of in business, just they'll be creating I don't think they'll come out with anything new per se. It's just going to be the same old molds that they used to use.
Right. And Randall is right. That there was a rumor going around that they're going to be continuing to make select steam locomotives in O scale, but as far as how they're branded is still going to be up in the air.
But yeah, so like 5% of it is Atlas. What do you mean by that? But yeah, so basically Atlas is going to be making a lot of the newer MTH kind of stuff just under the Atlas name. They're going to be using the same tooling, and it'll be really cool. Wait, didn't they already announce what the first engine was?
Oh, I think they
Like
did.
an ES44 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. And there was some type of crossover too, where like MPH had just made passenger cars for that, or vice versa.
Oh yeah. It was MTH was gonna make the steam engine, right? Atlas was gonna make the passenger cars.
That's correct.
Yes, and then they had a diesel coming out too. Oh, it was a 44 tonner, wasn't it? It's something about right.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was like
welcome
something
to
weird.
The Stream RPB Trains.
Hello.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. George is yawning. As always, towards the last half hour of the stream, George turns on the yawns. Long day for George. Did you do running today, George?
No.
No running.
Uh,
George is coming off his COVID shot, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty healthy for second COVID shot. High five on that one, George.
But yeah, so thanks for the information. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so they're saying Atlas got proto sounds, but did not know much more than that subject. Yeah, you see, it's cool that they got proto sounds, but then again, like for a lot of the Lionel guys, like my grandpa, I mean, Atlas is kind of out of the question now because it can't operate it on their layout.
That's true.
But yeah, hopefully,
like I said, it's kind of a paradigm shift in the hobby.
Yeah, hopefully it's for the better though.
So who else uses TMCC?
Third Rail.
Third Rail uses TMCC.
And they're basically kind of the brass section of the hobby. And honestly, I mean, yeah. So Third Rail is a company I'd like to get, and I'd always search for it like on eBay and stuff like that. And it's something I'd be interested in, but man, oh man, the prices are just like
pretty high. Huh?
Yeah, and it's like that. This is the same stuff as the die-cast. You know, it's just brass.
Right.
And it's got the simple TMCC stuff. So I mean, it's not something that's really like, oh, I want to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't operate as well either, from what I hear.
Okay.
But so they use TMCC, and Atlas used to, and I think K-Line did.
Okay.
Back when they were a thing, and I think there was one more that I'm not thinking of right now. But I think Atlas was like the last big company to be using that. The Third Rail isn't really that big. I think it's still like just a bunch of people in somebody's basement.
Right. And it sounds like Atlas is really positioning themselves to be a big market player in the hobby, kind of pick up the MPH vacuum.
Yes, Weaver used to use TMCC.
Oh, right.
So,
hey, that guy 75, welcome to the stream. If you do me a favor, smash that like button coming in through the door. Same with RPB.
Hello, Cody.
Hit that, smash that like button. We'd certainly appreciate that.
So Third Rail, actually, in my opinion, is really cool. So Third Rail makes a lot of the 3-rail O-scale brass stuff. So they specialize in brass trains. And they got a lot of the Weaver stuff. So a lot of their stuff centralized around like the Weaver stuff, just it's all brass. And or not, they didn't get a lot of the Weaver stuff. A lot of the people, I think the Weaver and Third Rail, the people who kind of were in charge of that one of them started each other. They were both all involved at one point.
Okay.
And so third rail makes a lot of the steam engines. They made a lot of brass steam engines for the longest time. And recently they've been making um, they've cataloged a couple of diesels, which I think are really cool. And they've actually cataloged an E60, scale E60.
Oh wow!
But it's of course it's going to be brass, and it's like $700.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean, it's really cool. They've been but yeah, they've been doing a lot of the brass stuff, and for the longest time they've been specializing in steam engine, and yeah. So, but recently, they've done the diesel thing, and from what I hear, I mean, they're pretty cool, you know. Yeah.
So hey, getting back, Stefan Orlak was talking about the Hiawatha. He must have not been on here when we did the unboxing of it. This one's a little bit strange from over there. Not strange, but from over there, it looks like it would that it's O gauge. But let me bring this a little bit closer. This is a really, really cool piece. This is standard gauge right there. Hold on. Nope, we're not going to be able to do that.
Turn off the power.
All right.
All right, power's off.
That's all right. As far as that goes. But this thing weighs 24 pounds. 24 pounds. This standard gauge.
I loved it when he called it an S7. I was like, what? What is he talking about?
Yeah.
But I understand I understand. It is the Hiawatha stuff. But
the cars, these things are beautiful. Oh my gosh. Standard gauge are all tin plate with the tin plate interiors, including. Is this one got the? No, this one's the one that doesn't have the bathroom. George likes the
I like
bathroom.
the bathrooms because they got tin plate toilets.
But yeah, these are probably about 24 inches long. Get perspective. Here's George. Hold that.
Oh man, that's heavy. It's like these are like so big they're like awkward to hold.
This is an 18-inch.
I mean, they're like probably as big. These like 21 inches, right?
I think they're 24 inches.
Oh dang!
Just to get the perspective on the size of those things.
But yeah, so I mean, as you can see, it's about half of me. Let's see. It's half of me. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful train. BK says Sunset Third Rail makes the really detailed brass locomotives. Once you put it on the layout, you don't take it off because you'll break something. Correct. Yeah, and I heard. I mean, they're just kind of like sitters. I don't know if anybody. The only person I know that actually like runs Sunset Third Rail stuff, and takes it places is Tim, and he rarely does that. So, yeah, that is a big piece of lumber. Yes, it is. By the way, did I ever tell you that RBP is Gomez Adams at heart?
Oh no. Hey, welcome to the stream. Wood Creek or Bear Creek Woodworking.
Bear Creek Woodworking. Hello, hello.
So hey, which bulbs are you talking about there, Randall?
The ones inside the cars.
Oh, those are incandescent. They that train came out before LEDs were kind of coming online there.
Ooh. Yeah.
Isn't that a cool locomotive there, Kisco Falls? Thanks for coming on the stream. Smash that like button if you would for me, please. But yeah, that is a neat piece. You can see we got you can see most of the cars over here. We've got we unboxed those if you just come into the stream. That's a standard gauge Hiawatha set, and the 4 passenger cars that it comes with. Particularly neat, the one that we like is the Beaver Tail baggage car.
It's angry. See, I'll explain to you why it's angry. When I was little, I used to think this was angry. So it's got the really bushy eyebrows, right? 2 eyes. It's got the mustache. And then this is the mouth right here, and it's sticking its tongue out at you. See? So
Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful piece. It's made by Lionel, believe it or not. One of my favorite trains in my collection. There's the bathrooms.
boom. There you go. The potties.
That's all molded tin plate. Or not molded tin. I guess you don't mold tin. But it's all folded and made tin.
How do you fold something like that?
I don't know.
Like a toilet?
I don't know. Yeah, it's really.
I wonder whose job that was to fold that tin plate. Like to design that, be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you working on at Lionel? I'm making toilets for this new set.
Isn't that a cool one, RPB? Believe it or not, it's made by Lionel, and this one's got a TMCC in it. They made it, I want to say, around 2000. I got mine in 2002. But it's got TMCC in there. You can actually run this remote control right off the run that remote control. We were just saying. If you see one snarf it up, and then George pointed out to me, I totally had forgotten that our friend Bill's got one for sale. So, boom.
Yeah.
He's got everything there, right? He's got the power for it. He's got the
I think
the
you need a
TMCC.
transformer.
What's that?
I don't think he's got a transformer.
Okay, but
But
it's
he's
got
got
the
everything.
TMCC, the Power Master,
The track.
yeah.
He's got the track for it, and then the
All set to go. All you need is a
transformer.
and a place to run it.
Oh, stamped tin.
Stamp tin. Yep, that's it. That's it.
It's really detailed for standard gauge. Oh yeah.
It is.
Did the pre-war or like the original standard gauge stuff? Oh, sorry. I'm going to fly out to you guys just to run that set.
Oh heck yeah, man! Come on out.
We gotta set it. We gotta find a place to set it up first. We don't have a.
We've got the track. We've got everything to run it. We every year the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. He has a
Christmas meet.
He has a Christmas meet, and we set up a display using that. So we run it once a year at the Christmas meet. But yeah, for sure. Oh, Bill's saying all he needs is a 135 watt brick.
There you go.
Hey, Dan Railbro, thanks for coming to the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, how much you asking for that one, Bill? That's a sweet setup that you got there.
So going back to
One of my favorite trains. Maybe I'm gonna have to buy it for George for no. I already got it.
So wait. So what is did the original standard gauge like train sets? Did they come like with the passenger cars? Could you open them up? Do you know?
Some of them did, like some of the really, really high end ones.
Like.
But most of them no.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Because I was wondering. I was like, what? I mean, is that like a new thing or no? How much track do I own?
Oh my gosh.
Like standard gauge.
Standard gauge, we've got a pretty good amount of standard gauges. It's not really ours, though. It's on loan from the Train Collectors Association because we set up the Christmas layout. We get to store the standard gauge track. Although the only time we ever use it is for the Train Collectors Association.
But yeah, so that's we own probably we own enough for a loop, right?
A lot more than a loop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got a lot of straights. We got a lot of curves.
Oh, I thought we only had enough for a loop, like a big like.
Yeah, we don't have any switches.
Yeah.
But we got loop or curves so that you can.
Yeah.
Run it around, but yeah. So I guess loop in the sense of a track that starts and stops on the same spot. We don't have any switches.
Yeah, but I mean, for what we like use or for what we set it up for, it doesn't really need or you don't need any.
Right.
It just goes in the circle.
Ooh. Set it up in Grandpa's hangar.
Yeah. Or we could commit something.
Oh my gosh! You know what we should do? This is all just coming to me, George.
We should set it up next to the Mustang.
No, listen. How about this is exploding my head? How about the GFW trains meet and greet with the modules at Uncle Bob's hangar?
Just don't tell me that at first base, okay?
How about that one?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna have to work on that. That would be cool. have a modular setup in Uncle Bob's hangar because Uncle Bob said we could do it.
They have like a train show. Like a legitimate train show. Like not a train show, but like like they do at the library, the St. Charles Library. That'd be cool. Yeah.
That would be fun. All right, my brain's going here.
Got a loop of standard gauge track I got from an antique shop. Well, that's cool. That's pretty cool. James says 2 words. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah. No, that would be cool.
Nike would be telling you to just do it. Right
Well,
now.
if it, I have to
Pull some strings.
No, if we want to do the modular layout, we did the modular layout once, a real quick small version of the modular layout to show. We put up and took down real quickly. The parking and everything. I don't know. I would have to talk to Uncle Bob, but my mind's clicking now, George, because I would really like to do that.
Yeah, it would be really cool. We have to talk to BK or Jim or
Right.
whoever would be coming out, because I think Bilko has enough modular. He has the stuff to create a modular layout in his home. I think Bilko has enough, Jim Kleinschmidt does too. So So, because I think there's 2 different layouts that we set up at the Train Fest. They're like 2 different. It's split up into 2 different layouts. If that makes sense. There's the So I don't know. I think 2 people we know have the stuff to at least set up 1 layout. So yeah, it'd be really cool.
Even if it was just a circle, with some room for some layouts on the floor or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, set up my T-track stuff. Yeah.
What you have to do for parking. Hello, guys. Everybody who's just coming through the door, GRP24, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Yeah.
How easy do you think it would be to troll the Railfan community? Oh, it's easy. All you gotta say is there's a train somewhere. Everybody will show up, and then it won't go. Not that hard. But yeah, I would like to see GFW run standard gauge too. Yeah, one of these days.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the room in our house to run standard gauge. We'd have to actually probably do it outside or do a live stream. That would be a fun one to do, a live stream from the Midwest Division Christmas meet.
Yeah.
Do like a pop-up live stream from that when we're running the
or just like make a video out of it too. Yeah.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To make a video out of that, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. That's amazing. Come to the Midwest Division.
Right?
Or
right?
Christmas meet.
As soon as we start having meets again inside, where we're going to have them kind of consistently and not have to worry about the weather or anything, I think that would be cool. We would invite some of the people that are on the show to come to the GFW train or to the Midwest Division Trade Collectors Association meets, especially the Christmas meet. That's pretty far down the road. Hopefully between then we'll have the York gathering, the York tailgate.
We'll at least have a couple under our belt.
Yep. I'm gonna have to start working on and see if we can do something for the modular, or not even necessarily. It wouldn't even necessarily have to be modular.
You got enough track to just do it on the floor.
Right. Although we have used a lot of the track that we have.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But maybe we could get the stuff from the Train Collectors Association.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. But yeah, who knows? Maybe the end Midwest Division meets will be at IAA Hangar. Maybe. York tailgate. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. We've been talking about this since we started doing this. One of the things that we really wanted to do is we wanted to do a tailgate at the Illinois Railway Museum. And for those of you who have never been to the Illinois Railway Museum, it's
the world's biggest railway museum,
and it's one of the coolest too, if not the coolest. And we initially had talked about doing it out there, but unfortunately with COVID, we didn't get a chance to ever do that. So then we switched gears and said we were going to do it at the York. They canceled York. But I think this next go around when they have York, we're going to roll out there with a couple of RVs and we're going to have a big tailgate party. for all of the GFW trains. And we've been talking with the Train Collectors Association and possibly doing something with the Train Collectors Association at the TCA Museum, which is right there by the Strasburg Railroad. So it's going to be fun.
Do you know what that would like entail? It's not like.
Yeah, it could be a meet and greet. It could be a special tour of the museum.
Mm-hmm.
These are just some of the things that we've been talking about. They were talking about maybe having some YouTube ambassadors to go around to talk about York, so they can talk about the Train Collectors Association in York. These are just some of the ideas that we kind of bandied around and thought would be a lot of fun.
So Bear Creek Woodworking says, is Midwest Division open to public? I don't know about this group.
So the Train Collectors Association is it's a national, actually it's worldwide, but it's a national organization all over the United States. There's a link in this description to the video below to the Train Collectors Association and also to the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. But the Train Collectors Association is a group of train operators, train collectors all across the United States. And I think it's over 30,000 strong. And each region of the country has divisions and chapters, and they meet in those different regions and in each of those different areas. The area, the group that we're from is called the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. So we have monthly meets. We get together and like-minded individuals about trains, both collecting and operating. And it's right across the board, but mainly O gauge, a little bit of S, a little bit of HO, but it's mainly O gauge. But take a look. The Train Collectors Association is a great group, isn't it, George?
Oh yeah.
You've been going to meets your whole life.
Yeah, the very first one, or like I think it was two weeks old when I went to my first one, right? And then well, it was a couple days old when we went to the trolley museum, right?
Yeah, that was the one you were 2 weeks old.
Oh, okay. And then we went to the convention.
National convention, right? So they not only, in addition to the regional meets, they have a national meet. And York is actually one of the region's shows. It's the Eastern Division's show, but it is nationally known right across the country.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you Reynold Ellison says they got a Frisco steamer in our museum, if I remember correctly, and they're currently restoring, or they have restored a Shay.
Right. So they run both of them there.
Mm-hmm. And I think the Shay, I've actually got a friend who operates the Shay. He's a real nice guy. But yeah, and then I think they're restoring another one. It's like a consolidation, if I remember correctly. They call it the Forever Project because it's a funny story. So they had it and they were restoring it, right? And I guess there was something to do where they weren't like anywhere finished with it, like the exterior, but they had the boiler going and the driver. So they fired it up and were able to go back and forth. But then I forget, like the 15-year inspection like came around or something like that, and they couldn't afford to redo the boiler.
No, really?
So they've been slowly So yes, I mean, whoever was restoring it originally, just like that's why it's taken forever. That's why they call it the Forever Project.
Right. Hey, Stefan, Orlek, thanks for coming to the stream and hanging out with us today, all the way from across the pond. You truly made us the worldwide studios.
Yes, sir.
And I apologize for butchering your name. Sorry. You're going to have to give us the right phonics on that one day.
One day.
And Grandpa's right. There are a lot of really robust and neat divisions out there from the east. Bear Creek, where are you from?
My buddy A Train 414 Productions is heading out there Father's Day to run the Shay. Oh, that's really cool.
That's neat.
That's really cool. Yes, the Metropolitan TCA based in New Jersey is great. They also offer a lot of custom run pieces.
Oh, absolutely. That's the Metka division out there.
Oh, yeah. That's actually, so the Metka division, I'm not sure how related they are to the New Jersey Train Masters.
The New Jersey Train Masters is the kids club portion.
Oh, okay.
The Metka TCA out there. And the Train Masters are also involved with the 4-H. So it's a group that does both of those things.
So yeah, so basically it's really cool. Out there they have a 4-H group that is a modular group. So basically the O-scale modular group, which is really cool. And I met when I was at the 2018 National Train Collectors Association convention in Providence, Rhode Island. They had set that up out there. and I was able to met up and run a lot of trains with them. So they were all real nice to me, and hopefully one of these days I'll have to go out there again. They always are trying to talk me into flying out to New Jersey again.
Right? No, that'd be cool. I would send you out there, George.
All right, yeah, man. I'd love to see those guys again, man. From what I hear, it's a lot of those guys have aged out that I met. So I'd have to. There's a couple that.
New group.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully one of these days.
So Randall says if your friend runs the Shea, you guys ought to get out there and try and get a cab ride.
Oh yeah. He said if he said I went out there and like worked in the steam shop, he'd let me operate it.
So George, for those of you who don't know, George knows how to run a steam engine.
I do.
Bill Cabernis, who's on here, taught George how to run a steam engine. He's got a 7.5 gauge consolidation.
Yes, consolidation. It is like the coolest thing ever.
We're gonna be out running on Sunday.
Really?
You too.
Going to Chicago.
Before that.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So yeah.
So we won't be the full day, but we're gonna get out there first thing in the morning
and go out there.
Woo-hoo!
All right, cool. That's cool. So yeah. So other than that, let's see. Bear Creek. The division in Michigan used to have meets around Detroit and Grand Rapids. It's called the Great Lakes Division. Oh yeah.
Talking about the division of the TCA that's out there.
Yes. So
So George, tell me about the Illinois Railway Museum. So you've been out there a couple of times, and we've talked about it a little bit. What are some of the neat pieces that they have out there? They've got 1630, which is Frisco.
Yeah, it's like the largest operating
decapod.
Yes, Russian decapod.
Russian decapod.
It's the largest operating Frisco steam locomotive, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Like you said, they've got the Shea. I think that something Niles Lumber Company Shea.
Oh yeah, it's like some crazy lumber company. And then they've got a really cool mallet. I'm not sure. I think it's like a Y3 or something like that.
But the operating, they've actually got the Nebraska Zephyr that they operate out there,
which is one of their like prized possessions.
Right.
In fact, that was out.
It's a whole set.
Yes. It's restored, and they do like excursions with it, where they have they have the dining car and stuff like that.
Right. That was featured in the movie League of Their Own.
Correct. In fact, the League of Their Own was filmed at IRM.
Really?
Yeah, the station.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it was filmed. If I'm
correct,
yeah,
you are correct.
So that's really cool. They do have a Burlington Northern commuter set out there with the bi-levels.
They run those on a regular basis.
Yes,
don't they?
Correct. Or like for excursion days or whatever. Yeah, the diesel. Yeah.
So at the Illinois Railway Museum, they not only have this beautiful museum, they have a stretch of track that they run trains out every weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Be it steam sometimes, be it diesel sometimes, and they also have operating interurbans throughout the museum as well.
Really? Oh yes, I knew that. Yes. But yeah, then they have like stops and stuff like that, and they operate it like an interurban railroad.
Right.
Then they have
James Trains is doing a real good job of listing a lot of the really cool equipment that they have out there. They've got a Centennial out there, don't they?
Yes, Centennial. They have 2 CW-9s that I think Union Pacific leased out to them or something like that, or like they're in storage there.
Okay. Turbine, Union Pacific turbine.
Yes. Here, what kind of, or like it's a gas turbine, but forget, like there's a special name for it.
Big blow.
Yeah, the big blow. That's right. Then they got they got an EM7.
Right. So much cool equipment. We're not even scratching the surface on the neat stuff that they've got out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
neat spot. We're gonna have to go out there this summer pretty soon, huh, George?
Yes. Oh yeah, man. UP in 1996 and 1995 got to IRM a few years ago. Oh yes, I think those are the CW units. But yeah, so it's real cool. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get out there. We haven't been out there in quite a while due to COVID, but yeah, man, I love that place so
we'll
much.
Be out back to over there to the Prairie State. That'll be good. I just inquired with the Prairie State on getting you and Grandpa some keys for Prairie State, your own sets.
Oh, really? That'd
Yep.
be cool. Yeah, we got the speeder out there, so I'll be able to.
Right?
Yeah.
Get you your own set of keys.
That'd be cool. And all I gotta do. So I think hopefully I'm not sure if he will be out there, but if Blake's out there, I'll be able to do my test to operate for public run days.
Right.
So I'm old enough to be able. I remember when they used to tell me you have to be 16. I'd be like, oh my god, it's so far away. So basically, in the club that we're in order to operate for public run days, like where we operate from public, you need to have your driver's license, and then you have to take some tests. But I think that's just, I don't know. I think that's just weird. But anyways, yeah. So I'll be able to do that, and hopefully BK's always. I'll be happy to help BK with the steam engine. And
well, you're gonna have to get out there early and help them steam it up. You know how that works with Bill. You got to make sure that you're there to put in the work beforehand
and after. Well,
right. So we'll make sure we get out there as quickly as possible. Mm-hmm. Sammy says, "Oh, George is driving cars and trains. Oh no."
Oh, so this is great. This is a great story I have with Sammy, right? So Sam and I go to have a sleepover with my cousin Sam, and this is like the first time I'm able to drive over there. So I drive over there, we go, and my uncle's like, hey, he gave us some money to go have dinner. And we drive to this McDonald's, right? And there's a party, or somebody was having a quinceañera.
Quinceañera.
Yeah, they were having that. A friend of mine was, and I was invited, but I didn't go because I wanted to hang out with Sam. And so we were all there. Or they were all there, and we were at this McDonald's that was relatively close to where they were having it, and so they're like, yeah, come over, but you have to come quick because they're gonna start like some ceremony. And so I was like, all right, Sam, we're gonna have to Dukes and Hazzard this over there. I put the car in drive. We were supposed to go backwards, so I took back, and the car goes forward. I think we've been laughing about that forever, but yeah, we were able to get over there and had a fun time. And it was really weird because we showed up in to this party with they were all dressed all formal and nice, and I was over there with a t-shirt and shorts, and he was wearing flip flops, a sweatshirt, and the sweatpants. But yeah, it was Sammy, did your dad tell you about the deal with the mallet wall in front? Oh, yeah, anyway, but yeah, so it was fun, but yeah, Sammy and I.
So Sammy, the mallet is the same one that's running right now, the one that's going to be coming right over my shoulder.
Same one that's exact same one that Grandpa has on his lap. But yeah, so anyways.
So Grandpa's saying he'll settle for his membership card for Prairie State. Well, I got good news for you on that one. I signed Sammy up for Prairie State, signed Georgie up for Prairie State, I signed myself up for Prairie State, and I signed you out. I paid our yearly dues, $240 for all of us. I asked about the membership cards. She said she didn't send out any membership cards last year because nobody was going out there for COVID. So she said she's going to laminate those and put those in the mail as soon as we vote or nominate and vote on a president and a vice president, because they got to sign the cards. And then you, George, and Sammy are all eligible to get your keys. You just have to pay a $20 deposit. So, yeah.
Train Finder Craig says, so where's the part where the police chase you?
In the car? Yeah, that's the Dukes of Hazzard, man.
Don't worry, we jumped over the Fox River in Mom's Escape. Oh yeah, but yeah. So yeah, man, that's
the Sammy George story, huh?
Well, there's plenty of more, but that's the most recent one.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah. So, anyways, yeah.
I love it when George is taking control.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But
we'll move this background here like that. There we go. So it's fun to get out that standard gauge set, show that off a little bit. It's going to be a pain in the butt putting it away, though. I just hate putting that thing away.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty hard. Sammy says we jumped some curbs. Yeah, man. We were bad mama jamas, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and then the other thing was too. Right as we left, it was starting to the sun was starting to go down and it started to get darker. The brake light stopped working. One of the brake lights stopped working. So like whenever we passed by a cop, we had to be going the speed limit, so we didn't have to brake. Oh man, that was very stressful. But luckily we were able to get that fixed. But it's F Unit Friday.
F Unit Friday. Arnie the Train Girl.
Hello. Welcome
to the stream. Thanks for coming by, hanging out. F Unit Friday. It's usually Fast Friday, but we've been doing some improvements to the layout.
We're gonna have to put like foam barriers.
I know. So that we can't race trains right now. So we got Fantastic Friday, or I like it, F Unit Friday.
F Unit Friday. I like that too. Yeah. We'll have to run some F units.
I like that. Thanks for the tip there on that. We do F Unit Friday, Fantastic F Unit Friday, Arnie.
Yes. Well, what else we gotta talk about? What else you want to talk about?
Oh man, I'm guessing that Yorkville must have lost that baseball game. We were there. Good luck. Huh?
I hope not. God, if they don't, oh man.
They were ahead by 5 runs. They lost it in the 7th inning.
Don't say that. Don't say that. All we gotta do is just cross our fingers and hope.
All right, crossed, hope.
You know the Wordrix. The Wordrix of Hazard just doesn't roll off the tongue as Dukes of Hazard does.
Oh, that Wordrix boy! That Wordrix boy!
Is Mr. Galinsky
Duke boy! Yeah!
Foam Barrier Fridays.
Foam Barrier Fridays. I like it. See right there, you can see right now where the mallet is coming out. Right next to it, there's a bunch of pillars that we've got right now. That if those trains come running around and come off the track, I think they'll nail those pillars. And while the layout is upgraded, I think that we may have upgraded it out of the Fast Friday. So we're trying to think maybe we're going to get some souped up motorized units to use for the Fast Fridays, where George gets a motorized unit and I get a motorized unit, or we'll have a fleet of motorized units that are fast. Well, not necessarily fast, but we're not having to worry about them flying off the track.
Or just put the center of gravity super low. We could squat them, where they're
low riders.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Modify them. Anyways, although I wouldn't. Wait. Oh, never mind. But yeah. So, what else?
George is looking around like, all right, I got to think of the subject to talk about.
I do.
So that upper level of the train layout. When do you suppose that's going to be done, George?
Oh, it looks. I mean, we're almost done with the track work.
Right. For those of you that are just coming on the stream, behind us we got the lift bridge working back over here, which is kind of neat.
I think the only part that we need to finish. Oh yeah, there you go. The world's slowest lift bridge. Well, I wouldn't think that those lift bridges are fast in real life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's pretty. And
wait for it.
And
wait for it.
And
wait for it.
And
wait for it.
And back down. Oh, Grandpa says we need to run the track cleaning car versus the hand car. I think the hand car would win.
The track cleaning car needs to be pulled by something.
Not the coastal one.
I think so. But
the orange one?
Uh-huh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe. Is it actually lifting? Yeah, it is. Big one. That one goes fast.
Yes, sir. There we go. So we got that one going. You can't see, but it's got red lights on the top of that one. And we got this one going here too.
Ding, 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 ding. Can I work this one?
All right, George can work this one.
This one's my favorite.
That's kind of the working area of the train layout here, so excuse the mess. are looking over here, this is where Chicago's coming in on the scene. This is the other end of our train route. The Yes Railroad is supposed to go from Yorkville, which is on this side where it's white and blue. That's going to be Yorkville through Chicago and then out east. So Yorkville and Eastern Shore. So it goes out. So you always see New York behind us, and then the Jersey Shore. So it's the Yorkville and Eastern Shore. Actually, the whole New Jersey thing is a nod to the trainmaster, well, to the Eastern Shore, but also the trainmaster out there that we were just talking about. They made friends with.
Yes, sir.
So that's the other one. This one was a project that Mike Wolf worked on when he worked for Lionel. And so we got both of those operating. As you can see, we've got a couple of areas right over here where we don't have the tracks hooked up yet. This is a harder part right over here because I got to cut the track on a curved section. Got to cut the track right here, so I haven't done that yet. But I've got the power all the way around. Yep, we did get some more clouds in the background over there. My mom got a new paintbrush, so she's been working on some of those clouds. And then, like I said, starting to work on the Chicago area over here on this end. So for those of you familiar, that's the Standard Oil building there and the Sears Tower. So Randall's saying, is that a whole separate loop or is it connected to the lower level? Well, you can kind of see over here that where it splits off, there's two of them, and you can see the elevation here. And when we're all done, it's going to dogbone around, or it's going to loop around across over by where that Northern Pacific Jeep is and back across over here. So we're wanting to get the circle of the upper level going, and then we'll loop it back around. So, hey, George, we've been rolling along for about 2.5 hours, so it's probably about time that we wrap this bad boy up, huh?
Yeah. Yes. But yeah. So we're talking about a lot of this stream, and man, we got a lot of work after the stream too.
Oh, we got to put it all away.
Yeah.
I'm tired today. How about you, George?
Oh yeah, I'm tired. I had a headache all day, but yeah, I'm tired. But yeah, and then Matthew Garson said the layout's finally coming together. I think his is too. He just put up a 4x8 board.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool.
But yeah. So I guess we'll have to wrap it up.
All right. Well, hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us today on Fast Friday.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's real cool. I love doing these. But yeah, so we'll see you around the roundhouse.
Thanks for joining us, and don't let the caboose hit you on the way out. Yes.
Adios.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend. It's been fun. Support each other. Support each other's channel. If you haven't already, please smash that like button before you leave. We would really, really appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm. And if you are a subscriber to GFW Trains, please do that.
Adios.
Have a good one. We'll see you next Friday.